Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we take your stack of source material, cut through all the noise, and give you the essential knowledge fast. Today, we are diving deep into the turbulence around the Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean, this is a team that seems less interested in consistent defense and more in just living life at maximum velocity.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we've got a massive stack of materials on their current reality. It's everything from a genuinely chaotic comeback win to, urgent trade market chatter.
And the operational crisis from a late injury.
Right, and even the bizarre social media stuff that happens when you're talking about this particular fan base.
Exactly. So our mission for you today is to cut through all of this noise, this constant volatility, to understand the pattern behind Toronto's recent stretch. We need to figure out what the coaching staff is actually prioritizing.
How external pressures like injuries and the trade market are forcing the front office to move.
Plus, what this high-pressure environment is doing to the team's mental state.
It's really the story of a team with just undeniable offensive talent, but profound instability everywhere else. The brilliance is there, but it's all wrapped in chaos.
A perfect way to put it.
Let's start with that recent 6-5 victory against the Winnipeg Jets, because our sources describe it as, defining their new identity.
Yeah, that Jets game wasn't just a win, it was an event. Our sources are calling it one of the most turbulent victories and the highest scoring game of the season.
It was just constant, sickening momentum swings.
Nothing about it was clean. It was purely chaotic hockey.
And, chaos usually requires a stellar performance just to stay afloat. And we saw Austin Matthews, just back from a brief injury.
It's the charge.
He was the whole story. A hat trick and an assist, so 4 points. He factored directly into more than half of Toronto's goals. He was the anchor, and man, they needed one.
But if we look at the flow of that game, the offense alone wasn't enough to secure the win early on. We saw that pivotal mid-game goalie change. Joseph Woll started, and after allowing 4 goals on, not many shots?
He was pulled. That's where Dennis Hildeby stepped in, and he truly stabilized the ship.
He had to make, 22 saves on 23 shots?
Yeah, giving him a save percentage over .950 for the night. So the decision to pull the starter, it was risky, but Hildeby's performance let the offense just keep pressing.
And that offense has been so aggressive. Toronto scored 6 goals for the second time in a week,
pushing their goal total to 25 over their last 5 games. They are leaning hard into their offense, no matter what the game state looks like.
The output is incredible, but it also reflects the fact that they have to score 5 or 6 goals just to win a hockey game.
Which brings us to the coach's reaction. This is the core philosophical shift we need to really analyze. Coach Craig Berube was very, very deliberate in his post-game comments.
He didn't focus on the system breakdowns, right? Or the 5 goals they gave up.
Not at all. He didn't talk about clean execution or better coverage.
So what did he talk about?
He consciously shifted the entire conversation away from the mistakes, which were obviously plentiful, and focused entirely on the response.
The resilience.
Exactly. He talked a lot about good resilience and character, attitude, and the collective pushback after they went down.
So he's framing the win around persistence through setbacks. But let's be real here. If they keep allowing 4 or 5 goals a night, is this focus on attitude just managing expectations for what is, fundamentally a broken defensive structure?
That is the critical question. And the source material suggests it's more than just spin. It's like a strategic embrace of their reality.
So what does that mean for their strategy?
It implies that the long-term plan right now is to maximize their offense and just bank on their ability to outscore their volatility.
Instead of trying to force a low-event defensive game that they just seem incapable of playing right now.
Exactly. Berube is basically legitimizing instability as long as the team shows fight. He's telling the players and the fans that the goal is to win, even if it's messy.
That sets a powerful precedent. Performance matters less than attitude.
Yeah.
Until it doesn't.
And that focus on attitude gets immediately tested by operational challenges. Just as they're managing this high-risk reality, boom, they get hit with a curveball.
Right. We're moving from the coach's philosophy to an immediate crisis. William Nylander, a huge part of their top 6, critical on the power play.
You get scratched late. Lower body injury right before puck drop.
And the lack of information was the real disruptor here.
Yeah, Berube's comment was just brief and vague. He's day-to-day, no severity, no clear timeline. That uncertainty, especially on a tight schedule, it throws everything into flux.
So what is the practical ripple effect of a sudden day-to-day injury when they couldn't even make a roster recall in time?
Well, Berube was forced to rebuild the lineup on the fly. Depth guys had their roles expanded immediately. Line combos were changed minutes before face-off.
And their special teams, which were already getting called out publicly,
Had to be modified with no real practice time. And the loss of Nylander isn't just about losing goals.
No, it's an instant loss of chemistry. Nylander is their critical puck carrier. He affects their controlled entries, their zone exits.
And for those of you maybe not as familiar with the jargon, that just means they have fewer clean breakaways out of their own end, and fewer times they enter the offensive zone with possession.
So that just increases the pressure on everyone else.
It does. It requires other, often less experienced players
Huh.
to step up into those roles. The burden on the remaining star forwards just skyrockets.
They have to cover his minutes and score constantly in this volatile system.
Exactly. And with no clear return date, the lineup stays fluid, which means a fresh evaluation every single game. It adds this low-level, constant stress to the coaching staff and, crucially, to the players adapting to their new roles.
It's a lot harder to show resilience when you don't even know who you're playing with the next night. And that compounding pressure is the perfect segue to the trade market, because the Nylander scratch just highlights the existing weaknesses, especially on defense.
The need for defensive stability is, well, it's paramount. We know their back end has been under scrutiny, mostly because of the absence of Chris Tamm.
Right, the groin injury. And no clear timeline for his return either, which leaves a gaping hole.
Which brings us back to a familiar name that just refuses to go away. Rasmus Andersson, the Calgary Flames defenseman.
Our sources confirm Toronto is quietly active, and Anderson's name is back on their internal lists.
So let's look at the facts here. Contract status. He's in the final year of his deal, no extension yet. That makes him a realistic, high-value option if Calgary decides to sell.
His performance is strong too, 25 points in 39 games this season.
But what really defines him is his deployment. He averages over 24 minutes of ice time a night. He's got 71 blocks, 21 hits.
Those are the numbers that matter.
They're crucial because they directly address what Toronto is missing without Tanvin. A reliable top-four defenseman who eats minutes against the other team's best players.
So connecting the dots here, why are they circling back to him now? They reportedly kicked the tires on him last year.
Well, market scarcity has really intensified the focus. The pool of available top-four targets has shrunk dramatically this season. That automatically raises Andersson's visibility and his potential cost.
Just because there are so few other options.
Exactly. But interestingly, the report suggests the market is controlled right now, not aggressive. Calgary isn't signaling urgency, and Toronto is just monitoring, waiting for more sellers to emerge.
So they're being patient, not panic buying.
Right. But here is the key detail that makes this really compelling for the Leafs' long-term plan.
What's that?
My understanding from the sources is that Andersson might actually consider extending his contract with Toronto if a trade were to happen.
Wow. Okay, so that changes him from a short-term rental, a massive gamble,